Hi, I'm Pete, the developer of NateChart, and this video is about creating smart row counters for your charts. You could use this, for instance, if you want to keep track of repeating sections in your chart, or you could even use it to move the rulers in your PDF file down every time you increase a row. So I'll start by showing you a simple example of just increasing a secondary counter every time you finish the last row in the chart you designed yourself. So let's take a look. Let's say you have this chart design and you want to repeat this 3 times. I'll start by enabling the working mode and then opening up the row counters panel and then opening up the settings for the counter. The first section is just to change the name of the counter, and the second one is to change the color to anything you like. And here you can add an action for this counter. So let's select that one. So on the first row, you're going to select the action which the counter is going to respond to. So in this case, it's going to be finish row. I'm going to change this to 14 because it's the last row. And then I'm going to select a linked counter. But there's only one counter in the project right now, so I'm going to first add another one using the option here. So as you can see, there's now a secondary counter created, and I'm going to select it as a linked counter. Counter 2, and then as action I'm going to select increase. At the bottom there's a description of what this action means, so it's going to be unfinished row 14, the counter 2 is going to do an increase. So let's close this window down to show you as you increase these rows, then when you finish this last row, the secondary counter will increase every time you finish this chart. Let's take a look at another example. If you have a chart like this and you just want to repeat a certain section in a chart. So I have this like from row 16 to 23, it's repeated 3 times. Let's see how to incorporate this in your row counters. I'm going to open up the panel again using the button, and then I'm going to open up the settings here. Then instead of adding an action myself, which you can do, but it's easier if you use an action preset to mark a section as a repeat. So select that and then select horizontal repeat here. Then enter the first number of the repeat. So in this case it's 16, and the last row of the repeat is 23, and I want to repeat it 3 times, and then I'm going to select create action. As you can see, there are automatically actions created for this repeat, and there's also a secondary counter added for it. So close this down. Let's take a look at what happens if I increase the main counter here. So now I enter the repeat, and when I enter or finish the last row, which is 23, it will return to row 16 and also increase the secondary counter here. So again, for the second repeat, it returns, and then this is secondary repeat, and this is the third repeat. And then it will continue just following the chart. So another way to use smart row counters is to use them when you're working with a PDF file. So you could use them, for instance, with the rulers on your file. I'm first gonna zoom in a little bit here, if it wants to, yeah. Let's size this ruler down so it matches a row in this chart. So as good as possible, like this, and then match it to a row. Then I'm gonna open up the counter settings again. And then I'm gonna add an action. And as an action, I'm gonna select increase. And every time I increase a row, I want to move the ruler 1 row up. So I'm going to select that as a do action here, move ruler up, and then close this down. So every time I'm going to the next row, the ruler will also move with this counter. Okay, hope you enjoyed the new smart row counters, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.